think food and drink manufacturers in Spain are highly aware. They've obviously got their own consumer base to think about, which is starting to wake up to nutritional requirements and improving their diet, but they're very aware that people in the UK, Germany and Scandinavia, for instance, are much more demanding in that sense. And places like the UK are probably perceived to be about the most forward-thinking, dynamic market in that sense, of consumers demanding more and more, and searching more and more for foods and ingredients that will fulfill their dietary needs. I think some of the innovations coming out of the Spanish producers would cover a few of those areas. So functional foods, very definitely. They're looking at ingredients that can enhance the nutritional value of foods, so different forms of protein, maybe plant-extracted proteins, soya-based, all that sort of thing. More vitamins and other nutrients in there. The nutraceuticals is quite strong. The company's doing a tremendous amount of research into the basic components that need to go into people's food. And then you've got a lot of innovative ingredients as well. So anything from maca powder, quinoa, which is being grown in central Spain at the moment, even confectionery manufacturers that are using ingredients that are new to them, ice cream manufacturers producing vegetable ice pops, for instance, made with soya milk or almond milk. So lots of interesting things going on there, I think. And I think these days what the British consumer is looking for is very naturally grown products. I think they're also looking for the story of the origin of the product. So what we tend to advise companies, particularly smaller ones, is to make a point of where they are, whether they're organic particularly, and Spain now has more land given over to organic agriculture than anywhere else in Europe. So that's a distinct advantage. And then for the producer to make the point that they're a small producer. If they're big, then they're technologically led, and why. But for the small producers, I think the story of the farm and where they are is very valuable. The climate in Spain is very favourable. We've always made a point about it, and it does help growers, food producers of plant-based foods, to grow as naturally as possible. Because you have so much sun, you have far fewer pests, so you don't need to use the pesticides. They've been using integrated crop management systems for the last 20-odd years, if not longer, and an awful lot have converted already, and there are still a lot converting to organic farming methods. And I think that, combined with the climate, makes for a good USP. And we advise companies to talk about that, but also to talk about their own area where they grow, because Spain has so many different microclimates. There are special growing conditions pretty much everywhere. So there's a lovely story there, particularly for smaller producers, because they're very local, and the UK consumer definitely these days, I think, is interested in learning about the origin of their food products.